as it stopped so quickly. Doug?
Yeah, DP, that was a heck of a play. It really was. Now Keegan Bradley looking to get something reignited here from 133 yards, right side of the fairway. His ball is flying up to this elevated green and lands a little short. He's on the collar right in front of the green. It'll be a lengthy birdie try for Keegan Bradley, who has bogeyed 3 of his last 4. And Keegan back to 10 under par. But if he rolls in a long one here or there, maybe it'll settle the ship.
He really needs to kind of battle his own mental fitness right now and just hang in there, because nothing's really going good. There's nothing really to draw from. He's only hitting average shots right now. There's nothing that he go, okay, that's going to get me going. Nothing's really there for him. He did make that par chip back at number 6, where he used putter from outside 20 feet and made that to save his par, but that's really the only thing he's been able to draw from in this entire round of golf today, and he's at the 8th green.
Round of the day goes to Cameron Davis with a 9 under. He's at 14 under par. He's our leader. We'll hear from him in 60 seconds.
The PGA Tour and PGA Tour charities.
And so yesterday afternoon, I just kind of tried to groove my nice, consistent sort of stock driver, and just took that out there today and used that all day, and a lot more comfortable. So yeah, I'm very happy with the way things went today, and I just need to keep that feel going tomorrow.
One of the things I noticed out there, it seems like you were committed with every shot. There was no doubt. You didn't back off. You didn't question it. Is that a key for you, and is that something you actually work on?
Yeah, I've been working on that a lot, especially if you're playing well towards the end of a round. Just there's a little bit of an urge to be a little bit more careful, and you have to kind of override that with the mindset of, I need to just keep doing what I have been doing, keep this going, and not get ahead of myself. And the more chances, the more opportunities I give myself to work on that, the better, because the only way you can really do a good job of practicing that is when you're having a great round or you're having a great tournament to keep it moving forward. So I've been getting a few opportunities, and it was nice to make the most of today, and it's a 4-round event, so one more good one, and we just got to see where that leads me.
Now in your 3rd season, first season, learning curve. Last year you finished inside the top 125, make it to the FedEx Cup playoffs. As you go forward, what are your expectations?
I just want to keep improving. I mean, each year I pick up on the things that I struggled with and try and do a better job of those. Last year was a much better run. With the last season, without the kind of all the quarantining, I felt like I was really finding my stride. And then after a couple of months of not touching a club or hitting a ball, I kind of lost a little bit of that and had to work back into it. But now I'm starting to find a groove, and it's coming down to some of the finer details. I think I'm starting to figure out what works for me best, and it's about continuing that through good stretches of golf, getting up towards the top of the leaderboard, and I want it to start leading towards chances to win tournaments and stuff, and I feel like I'm starting to get closer to that, but it's still a lot of hard work to go to tomorrow to give myself another chance.
Well, great playing. Good luck tomorrow. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Really good playing. This round of golf was special. To get it double digits, it's always fun. As he mentioned, 10 fairways of the 14 and 16 of the 18 greens. Really the thing more than anything else. Only 88 feet worth of putts. That means you hit a lot of good shots, gave yourself some great opportunities. The real thing that I heard and the takeaway is that I think what he's learning out there on the golf course is he's learning watching other players and trying to take away some of the things that they're doing to make his part of the game that he needs to improve a little better. And that's not copying it or emulating it, but it's understanding that little portion. You play with a good player and he does this portion of the game really, really well, and it might show yourself that, wow, I thought I was pretty good at that, but I need to get better, and he's improving all those things. I think with all this statistical information out there, you can get over inundated with it. But if you just look to see where your weaknesses are and see if the perception is proper.
20 feet now at the 9th for Charlie Hoffman for a birdie look. He's trying to get zoned in over the putt, gives it a stroke, fairly straight putt, rolling on line toward the cup, now turns right. Kind of lost momentum, speed, and trickled to the right at the end. So Hoffman being very defensive with that putt on these lightning fast greens. He's going to settle for a par to stay 12 under, Doug Bell.
Here at number 8, Keegan Bradley looking to reignite his round by rolling in a long one from 24 feet from the collar in front of the green. Uphill putt is on the way, rolling at the hole, and that just skims by on the left side. and he kind of throws up his right hand, kind of like, wow, what can I do? That was a good effort. Just did not go in. So Keegan Bradley just a par at number 8, and he stays at 10 under.
Well, what he can do is he can hit more balls in the fairway. He hit it a little closer to the hole, too, and then take care of business inside of 10 feet. If he's done all that today, he wouldn't be 3 over par.
Got to stop making bogeys and start making birdies, Doug Bell.
JT Poston hit one heck of a shot from the rough here at number 8. Gets to 9 feet now. The putter behind the ball, aiming outside right. This will swing significantly to his left. The stroke says on the path, making the turn right into the center of the cup. JT Poston gets a birdie at 8, and he moves to 13 under par.
There you go, a couple of birdies. He's not, Keegan's kind of struggling a little bit, and JT's not letting that pull him down. He's trying to keep his own momentum going and just play by himself, because there's nothing really for Keegan to pull off of right now.
Here in the par 5 11th now, Sergio Garcia, after a wonderful shot from 241, got to the green. Now has a 36-footer back up the hill that should move from his left to right. Garcia, head down. He's been putting with his eyes closed. Will he do it here on the longer putts as he continues to eye the line of this one? A lot of concentration from Sergio Garcia right now. Garcia, one more look here. He's 3 under on his round. Minus 11 for the tournament. He has taken an awful long gaze at this one. The eyes closed now. And a putter backing through, headed towards this cup now. This one up the ridge. That's going to come up just short. That'll be just inside 3 feet. That'll be a birdie for Sergio Garcia. He'll move to minus 4 on the round, minus 12 for the tournament.
Yeah, if you haven't ever tried putting with your eyes closed, I highly recommend you practice a lot if you go outside the 30-foot range, because your stroke gets a little funky, but on those short ones, it's a lot easier.
I'm guessing a lot of guys going to be trying that this week on the golf course. 10th tee now. Charlie Hoffman makes a turn 1 under for the day, 12 under, tee shot to tough par 3. He does not like it. This is way short and right. So he's going to have to now carry a bunker short-sided with a front hole location. Not going to be an easy up and down at the 10th for Charlie Hoffman.
No, not only is it not going to be, last I looked, no one had gotten it up and down from short and right of the green that was in grass. Sand, yes. Oh, there's been 1 par made in that right rough, and there's been a bunch of them. Probably the better part of a dozen of them have been over there. 1 in 12 getting the ball up and down, being short and right of the bunker.
Not very good odds for Charlie Hoffman, who had to be defensive on that putt at 9 above the hole. Couldn't convert the birdie, and now, look, it's a tough par 3. We've talked about it all week. 10 and 16, the trouble spots. 2 toughest holes in the back 9, and Charlie Hoffman's going to have trouble there at 10 to keep himself 12 under par and 2 off the lead.
Yeah, there's only been 2 other bogeys made at the 10th hole, and one was in the bunker and 2 more, so say 3 from left, just short of the green. Everything else has been fine, but you miss it short right, you are in a world of hurt to try to get that ball up and down to save your par at number 10. A big miss for Charlie.
And tied for 3rd now with Sergio Garcia on the move on a Saturday. A lot of players are now trying to catch the new leader, Cameron Davis.
You're listening to exclusive coverage of the Sanderson Farms Championship from the Country Club of Jackson in Jackson, Mississippi. And as we do at the top and bottom of every hour in our live play-by-play coverage, time now for a leaderboard update presented by Titleist.
Once again, it's a leaderboard full of players trusting Titleist, with 75% of the field relying on the speed, precision, and consistency of the Pro V1 and Pro V1X. Titleist, the #1 ball in golf. Cameron Davis made 5 birdies in a row to start his round. Ends up being a career-low 63 today. 9 under par vaults him in front at 14 under par. JT Poston, while Keegan Bradley struggled in the final group, JT Poston is not. He's now second by himself, 13 under, Doug.
His second shot, JT Poston on the way here at number 9 from 131 yards. That flies down from that gorgeous sky onto the green, and it stops. And he's around 10 feet away for birdie for JT Poston. That would move him to 14 under par. JT is slowly starting to heat up.
And a chance coming up for him to tie for the lead. Sergio Garcia, 4 under in both the opening round and the second round, 4 under today now. through 11. Sergio tied for third with Charlie Hoffman, 12 under, 2 back. Colin McCumber made a charge today, having another great weekend, 66 for him. He's in at 11 under, tied for fifth with Denny McCarthy, Christopher Ventura. Also at minus 11, 10 under, Rory Sabbatini shoots 66. Grant Snedeker, Aaron Wise also at 10 under, and Keegan Bradley, who was 2 up to start the day, 3 over through 8 for Keegan Bradley, 10 under now, 4 shots back.
This week, the path to the PGA Tour, the Corn Ferry Tour, is in the hostess city of the South for the Savannah Golf Championship from the Deer Creek course at the Landings Club on the coast of Georgia. Right now, with 1 hole to play, it is Evan Harmeling at 17 under par. He leads 4, 1 shot back, including Kevin Doherty and Sang Moon Bay.
And season number 70 in the LPGA Tour is in New Jersey this week near Atlantic City. The ShopRite LPGA Classic presented by Acer. They just finished up round 3 at the Bay Course at Seaview Resort in Galloway, New Jersey. Mel Reed shoots 66 and leads it by 1 at 15 under par. Jennifer Kupcho, Jennifer Song each had 65s today. They're tied for second, 14 under par. And 14 is our lead right now for Cameron Davis. Dennis Paulson.
Charlie Hoffman here at 10, hitting his second shot short and right of the green, about 50 feet, and he's playing out to the left. They had nothing there, and that's really well done. He got that ball high on the club face, throws it on the green, got it to grab.
Front left hole location now. That flag is absolutely still. Slightly elevated green. Garcia takes the swipe now and looks a little high into that Mississippi sky. This one on the way. That's going to be right by the hole. Wow! Sergio Garcia. That's 2 feet for a back-to-back birdies to get to -5 on the day, -13 for the tournament.
That was a golf shot right there. That's the Sergio that we know and love. Such a good driver of the golf ball, was always a great wedge player, and I think that's because he's so steep. Most people don't realize how steep he is with the driver. Probably the steepest driver of the golf ball with downward force on the drive. We've talked so much about swinging up on the driver, up on the driver. Sergio in his career has been between 6 and 9 down. There's been times where he's taken a divot with his driver. That gives him more spin. It gives him more control. And that's why I think he's been one of the best drivers for over a decade on the PGA Tour.
So easy right now for Sergio. He can do it with his eyes closed. He's probably going to do it at that 2-footer for another birdie. Is that something folks should try, Dennis, do you think?
Yeah, if you're a really good putter and you don't have any anxieties, you don't do anything, you don't worry about the contact. I know when I haven't putted in a long time, I start doing that a lot when I get back out on the green. It gives you feel, it calms you. I guarantee you, when you close your eyes over a putt and you grip it too tight, that's the first thing you'll think about, Earl, and you don't notice it with your eyes open.
Doing it in competition this week, though, that's a pretty bold move by Sergio. It's working so far, Doug Bell.
Earl, I dream of missed putts all the time and wake up in the middle of the night in cold sweats. So, yeah, it's like that. JT Poston on the tee at the par 3 10th. It's a downhill 203-yarder with this humongous bunker over the right side. The hole is cut to the right front, and so that bunker comes into play a lot. JT is going to stick with the club that he has and walks back in. Again, Poston has been bogey-free, 2 birdies in the card at number 3 and number 8. So he's been the model of consistency today, and we'll take anything on the dance floor here at this difficult par 3. JT settles in over it, feet very close together. And the swing, moving that from left to right, carving it in there, and that's got to get up. That's got to get up, and it lands in front of the green, maybe about 6 or 7 yards short, and he'll have to now play a little pitch shot to get up and down here at 10.
Yeah, but it's pretty straightforward. Not a bad miss. You can't miss right unless you're going to be Charlie Hoffman and make everything. He made a 12-footer there on this 10th hole just a moment ago to save his par because he hit it to the right. That's almost like makeable. That's actually a really straightforward chip where JT is.
Scoring opportunity at 11, a par 5, Bar Carnival.
At the par 5, 11th from long and left, Christopher Ventura pitching to this middle left hole location, lands it short of the hole, tracks up there towards the cup and turns to the left, but that's well played. That's inside 3.5 feet for Christopher Ventura. That would be back-to-back birdies for Ventura to go to 12 under if he converts that one here at the 11th.
At number 12, Sergio Garcia, I don't think needs to close his eyes on this one. 1 foot 2 inches, and he'll tap in for birdie here on number 12. Back-to-back birds. That is 4 birdies in his last 5 holes. Oh, Sergio Garcia, -5 for the day, 13 for the tournament.
Carney, right back to you.
At the par 5 11th, Denny McCarthy now 27 feet for birdie. Putting from right at this middle left hole location. This putt is slightly uphill. It's a lot slower than the players think. And will turn to the right as it slows. McCarthy draws that putter back, makes contact, holds the finish, ball working left to right. Takes the putter over his right shoulder as that just slides by. May have given that one just a bit too much, but McCarthy will tap in for his par here at 11, and he remains at 11 under.
Brant Snedeker just makes another birdie, a 32-footer at the par 3 13th. He comes off birdie at 12 with another one at 13, and he also birdied the 9th. So he's on a nice little run right now as he continues the back 9, headed to the par 5. He's 3 under for the day, 11 in total, but he's got 14 and 15, and we've seen some fireworks there in the last hour. So Snedeker trying to shoot a low one and post something in the house.
Back to Mark Carnevale.
After a nice pitch shot from behind the green here at 11, Christopher Ventura now 3 feet for a birdie. This would take him to 12 under. Just a little downhill, maybe. Going to slide to the right, if anything. Ventura back and through with the putter, ball up to the cup and in. So nice up and down birdie here at 11 for Ventura. He's now at 12 under.
Trying to get back up get up there and near the top and get a win on the PGA Tour. So that question, what do you think about your teammates at school? Let's start talking about me. He's mentioned many times that Matthew Wolff and Victor Hovland are both good friends. There's no jealousy whatsoever, and it's a question that he gets asked almost every time, and I'm guilty of it. I asked him about it in Napa when he was playing well. Continue playing well, young man, and make a name for yourself. You already have. You're a great player, and I do believe that he's going to win on the PGA Tour, and that will be something that we're going to have to look at. When's the last time 3 players from the same collegiate team has won on the PGA Tour? You'd have to go back pretty far, I bet.
Well, this is the week, right, Dennis? We started things off Thursday talking about all these first-time winners, 6 in a row at the Sanderson Farms Championship. So it has been a spot where players have been able to break through the last 6 years on the PGA Tour. And in fact, the longest streak of first-time winners of any event on the PGA Tour, Barracuda Championship, has had 5 in a row. Sanderson Farms Championship, 6 straight starting this week. Doug Bell.
JT Poston just off the front of the green here, number 10. He's 45 feet away, wedge in his hand, ball back in his stance, feet close together, choking it down near the shaft. Little chop and pop stroke sends the ball up on the green, rolling out towards the hole, inching closer, and finally comes to rest 5, maybe 6 feet short of the cup. So JT needs that to stay bogey-free and 13 under.
Yeah, it's not a bad play. That's the one where he said the little chop and pop. That's where you got a little bit of grain action there. And for the guys that love grain or understand grain and know how difficult it is to play that shot, you get it back in your stance a little bit more, get your weight on your forward leg, get a little shaft lean, and make sure you come down on the ground. You're almost trying to beat the ball into the ground just a little bit. That makes sure you're going to get clean contact and not catch it a little heavy into the grain.
So the lead numbers in 14 under par with 2 players 1 shot back and a hard-charging Sergio Garcia, who has been making enough putts to keep himself in it and striking the ball beautifully. Check.
Par 3 13th for El Nino, 161 straight back dab into the wind on a back middle right hole location. And this one on the way, and that is another fantastic iron from Sergio Garcia. That one lands about 15 feet and then rolls up to just inside 10. So another birdie look for Sergio Garcia. What has gotten into what we can deem as the old fella in this group?
That's pretty funny, the old fella. I played with him when I think he'd just come out of diapers the first time I played with Sergio. It makes me feel pretty old now, but now he's playing very nicely, and the putter seems to be his friend right now. He looks very calm, very relaxed, and you know, there's a lot of talk about him keeping his eyes closed when he's hitting putts. And if it's going to calm you and there's no hit, there's no anticipation of a hit, it really helps a person if you struggle with that.
Well, Sergio, of course, the nickname El Nino, he's more now like El Hombre, now the man on the golf course. He's been the man, doing what he can do, and doing a great job, 5 under, and still that stretch coming up, 14 and 15, so a good chance maybe for Sergio to steal the lead by the end of the day, Doug Bell.
Well, early here at 10, JT Poston has 4 feet left for his par save. And this will keep him at 13 under and bogey free. His putt will just turn a little bit to his left. Hole cut on a little knob in the right front portion of the green. Putter behind the ball. Very casual as always, standing straight up. The stroke sends it up to the hole, catches the right edge, spins out, and will not go down. Oh, me. So the first bogey of the day for JT Poston, and he's back to 12 under par.
Yeah, it's disappointing. He played that ball to break from right to left, and it looked like he put it right on the edge, and it just didn't break. Let's go to Carney.
And from 105 yards after missing the fairway, Charlie Hoffman plays his third shot, and that's nicely done. It's a little bit short of the flagstick on the left side of the green, but that'll give Charlie inside 20 feet for a birdie attempt. Hoffman currently at 12 under par, playing the par 5 11th.
Yeah, I would like to hit it a little closer, but the way he's rolling the rock, just give me my putter. I got a chance to make it if I just get it on the green.
And a new leader after a spectacular Saturday 63 career low round for the Aussie from Sydney, Australia. Cameron Davis in front, 14 under par. Sergio Garcia just one back on a Saturday as we continue PGA Tour radio coverage of the season-long points race for the FedEx Cup. We're in Jackson, Mississippi this week for the Sanderson Farms Championship. Jackson, Mississippi, about 30 miles, 30 minutes or so west of the mighty Mississippi River. We're at the Country Club of Jackson for round 3 of the Sanderson Farms Championship. Earl Forsey, Dennis Paulson, our PGA Tour radio team. El Nino, Sergio Garcia making some noise on a Saturday. Chick Hernandez.
13 green now for Sergio Garcia after a wonderful tee ball. Got 9 feet. This would roll track down the hill towards his right now. Sergio Garcia playing some awfully good golf, looking for his 3rd straight birdie now. Set that putter behind the ball. Right index finger on the shaft. After a few looks at the hole, Sergio Garcia is going to close his eyes. They're closed. Putter releases, ball on the way. That's going to stay on the right side. Kind of fell off to the right, shakes his head. He knew he had one there. Be a tap-in par for Sergio Garcia. Remains at minus 13.
Yeah, a little disappointing not making that one right there, but you know what? He's putted very nicely today, so just move forward. Got a par 5.
12th hole, hole high, front left hole location. Christopher Ventura from the middle of the green. Great look, 15 feet for a birdie. A 3rd straight birdie to get him to 13 under par. Putt rolling, ball toward the cup, and it just stayed right, and it slips by. A little speed on that one, out to about 3 or 4 feet past the cup for Ventura. He's going to have to make that comebacker to stay minus 12. Check.
And Sergio Garcia now here on the par 4 14th. Excuse me, par 5 14th with T-ball. And he just lets that one lash. Going to play the fade up the middle of this fairway here. Asking for it to stay there as it rolls through the right portion. And going to catch that thick rough on the right side. And he knows it. Had a chance, shakes his head. Have a tough shot on the second.
Yeah, you really need to hit it in the fairway there at 14. 581, it's playing back into what little breeze there is. Hey, the breeze has really laid down today. We haven't had anything more than, I call it a nuisance wind, and it's actually a wind just to kind of keep you involved in it. It doesn't really affect the ball much. A few yards either way, you just need to know where it's at more than anything else, so it's not going to be a huge factor. Even if you guess wrong, you probably are going to be less than a club off. So something you got to pay attention to, but going for that green in 2, you really need to be in the fairway.
Now to Mark Carnevale.
After coming up a little bit short of the flagstick with his 3rd shot here at the par 5 11, Charlie Hoffman 25 feet for birdie. This is actually a little downhill and will turn from his left to right as Hoffman makes contact with the ball. Ball traveling down the slope out to the left, turning right. And just one he had to be very careful of. And Charlie will reach into his pocket for a coin. There's a little bit of work left for his par to stay at 12 under here at the 11th.
Looking back at 14, this par 5, there's been 2 eagles there. Both of them were pipe drives right down the middle, and give yourself the best opportunity. But missing the fairway. There's still plenty of birdies to be had if you can get a good layup number or just chase something down the fairway, because the fairways are starting to chase a little bit more.
And Charlie Hoffman still some work to do, Carn.
And Charlie Hoffman came up 4 feet short for his birdie here at the 11th, but he rolls in the par putt from 4 feet. Hoffman remains at 12 under.
All right. Couple back, but still doing just fine. Trying to, kind of hang in there and climb that leaderboard. It's tough. There's been some good rounds already. Sergio's 5 under. Cameron Davis shot a 63, 9 under par round of golf. Tyler McCumber, who's 11 under par, shot 6 under. There's been some good scoring today.
Yeah.
It's slowing down a little bit, though, Earl. There's been a little slower.
Yeah,
lately.
I'm looking at Charlie Hoffman. He's played, we've talked about 16, 17, and 18 all week. He's played that stretch well. Birdie at 16, he birdied 17 in the opening round, birdied 18 yesterday. He did make a bogey at 17 yesterday, but he's found some birdies in the stretch at all 3 of those holes where a lot of players have not this week.
Scoring average right now, 70.8, so almost 2 shots under par right now. That's some good stuff.
And it started early, and really as we came on the air for the leader, Cameron Davis, he was in the midst of his run, as we came on the air, about to make his 5th birdie in a row, and he got it going on the front and made the big move on the back 9 in the middle of it with the eagle at the par 5 at 14 and birdie at that short par 4 at 15. En route to taking the lead here on a Saturday, Doug Bell.
Well, Earl, out here at the par 5 11th, Keegan Bradley just hit his second shot up there about 15 feet. So he'll have an eagle putt. That'd be huge for him. And now JT Poston from 243, center of the fairway. He gives it a lash. And JT lands on the front of the green. He rolls towards the hole. Oh, that almost went in for double eagle. That went right over the edge of the cup. It rolls by maybe 10 feet. JT Poston will have a good look for eagle himself to get to 14 under par. A spectacular shot.
Wow, that came really close right there. And I'll tell you what, you put the ball in the fairway here at 11 and you got yourself the opportunity. I love this par 5 today. Risk reward, pins left. If you miss left, you're dead. But if you bail out to the right, you got water. So if you're going to take this shot on, you got to go for it. Both those players did. And what a shot for JT, man. That missed on the left-hand side by less than a foot. 2 really good looks at eagle for the final group of the day there at 11.
And Keegan Bradley really needs it 3 over today, losing the lead. And JT Poston with that eagle try could tie for the lead when we return to our continuing coverage of the Sanderson Farms Championship Country Club of Jackson in the capital of Mississippi this week, PGA Tour Radio.
Play where the pros play and book your next golf vacation with the PGA Tour's TPC network. Take advantage of incredible spring vacation offers at some of our most iconic courses, including TPC Sawgrass, TPC Louisiana, and TPC Scottsdale. Live the PGA Tour experience and walk the same fairways as the game's greatest players. Stay and play vacation packages are available now. Visit tpc.com/XM to learn more. Welcome to golf at the highest level. Welcome to TPC. The defining moment happened on March 24th at the Players' Championship.
Johnny, that's better than most. How about him? That is better than most. Better than most!
Don't miss the defining moment in 2021 as the Players' Championship returns to TPC Sawgrass March 10th through 14th. To learn more, visit theplayers.com.
Imperial Headwear, the best fit in golf since 1916 and a proud partner of PGA Tour Radio, allows you to design your own hats and visors online at imperialsports.com. You can choose your style and color from hundreds of hats and even add your name on the back. Design your own hats at imperialsports.com and follow Imperial on Instagram or Twitter at Imperial Hats.
Whether you're competing in your club championship, teeing it up with your friends, or getting in a late 9 with the kids, your time on the golf course is truly special. You could post your career low, make your first birdie, or simply hit a shot you'll never forget. That's why it's always worth it to play the best golf ball you can play. The Titleist Pro V1 and Pro V1
off until 11, and he played that hole absolutely perfectly.
eagled it in his opening round, started on the front nine there, so it was his 11th, played that as his back nine, and now today, another 3 there, so a couple eagles, and boy, did he need it there for Keegan Bradley to get back to minus 12. Mark Carnival.
And 107 here at the 12th out of the first cut of rough for Charlie Hoffman. This ball comes out. This needs a good bounce, lands short of the green, gets to the front edge and comes back a little bit. Now tracking back towards the first cut of rough on the left. Yeah, it was a pretty good shot that just didn't get the right bounce. He's inside 25 feet, just off the front left edge of the green here. Hoffman at 12 under as we go back to 11.
JT Poston has 11 feet for eagle after a spectacular second shot. His putt will move from left to right. The stroke sends it on the way, making the turn to the hole, and it burnt the left edge and would not go down. Oh, he goes all the way down into the catcher's crouch. I can't believe it. I mean, that touched the left side of the cup. But the good news is it's a tap-in birdie for JT Poston. It's a bounce back, and he is back to 13 under par.
That is one of the most disappointing birdies, though. He hit such a good putt there. I mean, it's one thing to make a birdie, but after the putt that he hit at 10, right where we wanted to, and have a lip out, and that one just grazed the right edge. JT's played those last 2 holes in even par, and it should have been a lot better.
106 out of the 14th fairway here on the par 5 for Sergio Garcia. Back left hole location now. A little cutoff swing from Sergio, and he's just dialing in right now. Beneath the hole, Sergio Garcia with a birdie look just inside 20 feet to get to 14 under par.
Yeah, he'd like to make that one right there for sure after the good opportunity that he missed on the last hole. But Sergio is looking better. That drive up the right-hand side, that's one of the worst lies that we've seen all week long. He missed the fairway. Well, he missed the first cut, I should say, by about a yard, and that ball just went straight to the bottom. He really had to hack something out to chase it up the fairway there at the par 5 14th.
You're listening to exclusive coverage of the Sanderson Farms Championship from the Country Club of Jackson in Jackson, Mississippi. And as we do at the top and bottom of every hour in our live play-by-play coverage, time now for a leaderboard update brought to you by MasterCard. Tap and go with your MasterCard, the simple, secure way to pay.
An international flavor to the leaderboard on a Saturday. Cameron Davis takes the lead with a career-low 63, 14 under par, but Spain's Sergio Garcia lurking 5 under in his round. Another good look coming up for him at 14, possibly the tie for the lead. Sergio 1 back, 13 under par, so is JT Poston in a tie for second. Tied for 4th, 12 under, Aaron Wise. He's got it to 5 under, playing 18, so he's got within 2 of the lead. Christopher Ventura also playing well, 3 under after 12, minus 12 and 2 back. Charlie Hoffman 2 behind, and so is Keegan Bradley now finally breaking the seal on a 3-over round. Gets the eagle, second time he's done that at 11 this week, so he's now +1 for the day, 12 under, back within 2. And then 11 under, Tyler McCumber went out and got himself in the golf tournament today with a 66, 3 behind at 11 under, tied for 8th with Denny McCarthy and Brant Snedeker, 11 under, 3 shots back. Mark Carnival.
Charlie Hoffman from off the green with fairway metal from some 26 feet, just misses to the right side. That'll stop some 2 feet away. Hoffman will convert that for par and stay at 12 under here at the par 4 12th.
A few of the horses that really like this golf course. Corey Cotter's a runner-up here a couple years ago. He's 3 under through 15 holes. He's in double digits at 10 under par, currently tied for 11th. Our winner here last year, Sebastian Munoz, 1 under par through 15 holes. After that opening 64, he's right back there at 8 under par, currently tied for 21st. And a winner a few years ago, Ryan Armour. Played pretty well in the front, made a couple birdies, but 3 bogeys on the back 9 leaves him with a third round 73, and he's in at 4 under par.
The path to the PGA Tour, the Corn Ferry Tour, visiting the Deer Creek course at the Landings Club for year 3 of the Savannah Golf Championship. Third round is done. By the way, Evan Harmling at your leader at 18 under par after a 5 under 67. He leads by 1 over Kevin Doherty.
And Friday at Harbor Hills Country Club in Lady Lake, Florida, Tony Hakala birdied 2 of his last 3 to win the challenge at Harbor Hills and claim his first local IQ Series title, native of Helsinki, Finland, rising to 2nd in the Arcus Florida Golf Swing, which will reward the top 2 performers in the 3 series tournaments in that state and trails Carson Young by less than 15 points now. Arcus Golf is the premier operator of public resort and private golf clubs in the U.S., including the club at Weston Hills, which will host the final event of the swing next week in Weston, Florida. Check.
13 feet for Sergio Garcia here on the par 5 14th. Back up the hill, should move to his right. Ball on the way now, leaking towards the right. Doesn't have enough. No, just on the front edge. Oh, that's 2 straight putts where he's left it just out of the hole. That'll be a par for Sergio Garcia, remains at minus 13.
Man, he hit a really good putt there. Just didn't hit it hard enough. And just leave it just a little short. And what I'm seeing from Sergio, the eyes are closed. But as soon as he's making contact, he's really quick to kind of open up and see where the ball's headed. Keep those eyes closed a little longer. You want to lose the golf ball. You don't have to keep it closed forever, but don't open your eyes if you're going to work on this, folks, until your stroke is finished.
Yeah, take a little peek every once in a while. I've seen that a couple of times. Whatever it is, it's working for Sergio this week. And the ball striking, I mean, it has been spot on today, certainly, and really for, I'd say, all 3 rounds, Dennis. He's looked good, just didn't make a lot of putts in that front 9 on Thursday. We tracked him in the afternoon and then started making a few coming in to shoot 68. He's been really solid with the flat stick throughout the entire tournament so far.
Yeah, he really has. Most of the putts, we said it, or I said it earlier, Earl, and I saw you shake your head. He's one of those guys that will tell you as soon as he hits a putt whether he likes it or not. And he's come up and out of it. Reminds me a little bit of Rory McIlroy a few years ago, where every single time he'd hit a putt and he'd start walking, and you knew that he didn't hit it the way he wanted to. I haven't seen much of that this week at all. Most of his putts have really held his attention. It's stroking it so much better.
Let's go to number 13, Mark Carnival.
Yeah, coming off the par at the 12th, Charlie Hoffman now on the tee, 161, and I'd say the breeze has pretty much died down out here now, and it is absolutely perfect. Flag on top of the flagstick, just hanging there. Back right hole location. Again, you just can't miss this right of the green. Hoffman now at 12 under. Settles in, draws the club back. Divot flies up as he makes contact. Watching this ball now try to work towards this hole location. That's a pretty good shot. That lands short and left. Releases almost a pin high. That'll be inside 18 feet for Hoffman, trying to get to 13 under here at the par 3 13th.
Carney is absolutely loving this weather. You know, it is. It's beautiful. It reminds me of being home in San Diego. I only get about 200 days of the year like this one.
Yeah, you're so spoiled. You know, Dennis is putting jackets on when it, gets down to 70.
I'm sorry.
Used to that
I try to keep a straight face.
San Diego weather, Doug Bell.
Here at number 12, JT Poston put his drive at this par 4 in the left-hand rough. Hole cut in the right front of this elevated green. There's a pond over there that guards the left front portion of the screen, and it shouldn't come into play unless you really mishit your shot. But then again, JT is in that rough, and it's a 50-50 proposition. You just have to judge it right. And I would say, knowing JT is going to hit this right to left in the fat part of the green over in the left side, it's plenty of green to play with over there. He's aiming out to the right again. 132 yards is the number. Giving it one last look. Kind of stands up and then slightly bends back over, and the swing. Boy, it kind of shoots out to the right out of that rough. That's not what he was expecting. That does avoid the bunker on that side, and he's just off the green on the right side, hole high, outside 35 feet. Pretty good, all things considered.
Yeah, that lie was thick enough where he wasn't quite sure, and he judged it pretty good. It did squirt a little right on him, but that's pretty straightforward, and he's got a lot of ball behind it.
Brand Snedeker pitching at 15, back hole location, pops it on the green. Gets a roll to that back hole and slides by. But that's to about 5 feet or so for Brand Snedeker for a third birdie in the back 9. He's trying to get to 12 under. Doug Bell.
Keegan Bradley, 125 yards away from the fairway here at 12. Sends that skyward. Tell it to go, 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 and it does land in the very front portion of the green, does spin back right on the front edge. But where the hole is cut, he's looking at maybe 15 or 16 feet. Keegan Bradley, opportunity knocking to get back where he started the day at 13 under par.
That shot at 15. There's a few pins today that are just not doing a very good job of practicing social distancing. They are really tight to some edges there today.
Well, there's been no separation on this Saturday. Things are tightening up by the moment. One-shot lead for Cameron Davis over Sergio and JT Poston as we continue our PGA Tour radio coverage. Fourth event of 50 FedEx Cup events this season at the Sanderson Farms Championship.
Poston was off the side of the green with his second shot, but just almost chipped that in from 37 feet. That rolled up right in front of the cup and just turned at the last instant. So he will take the putter from his caddy and walk right up and without hesitation knock that into the hole. So JT Poston a par to stay at 13 under, 2 under for the day through 12 holes.
Par 4 15th, drivable at 324 for Sergio Garcia on the tee box. A few fidgets. I'm going to let the driver rip. And Garcia now looking for the fade. It's a back right hole location. This one headed towards the bunker in front of this green. And that's going to find the bunker. So we need a sand shot there for Sergio Garcia. But he's been pretty good so far today.
Yeah, that whole location in the back right portion of the green. From the bunker, it's pretty easy, but it is protected. Guys have been coming up short because you don't want to go long. I was making a joke about how close that hole location is to the back edge. It doesn't look like it's more than 10 feet from that back edge.
Doug Bell, back to you at 12.
Keegan Bradley looking over this birdie try 17 feet away here at number 12 to get to 13 under par. Coming off eagle at 11. Appears to be picking up some momentum, especially if this goes down, aiming outside right. Very, very fast putt. Barely drew the putter back, makes the roll up to the hole and doesn't make the turn, but just as it gets by the cup and only about 10 inches by. So Keegan Bradley will make that to stay at 12 under par, 1 over for the day through 12 holes.
Yeah, that putt had a pretty good swing to it, but he gave a lot of borrow on that one trying to make it and missed on that right-hand side.
Let's go to Mark Carnevale.
Charlie Hoffman, 19 feet, putting from left to right to this back hole location. Starts at left, ball staying left. And it'll start to trickle right at the end. But that was downhill. Charlie had to be very careful of that. He will make his par here at 13 to stay at 12 under.
All right, not a big deal. Charlie is 1 under par. It seems like he's played better than 1 under par today. The shots that we've seen, just a couple of mistakes that he's made, getting up and down on some par 5s and doing those things. But Charlie's been playing a little better for sure than he did in the second round, where he shot 69 but made a bunch of birdies, a lot of up and down.
Right back to Mark Carnevale again.
After running his birdie attempt by here at the 13th, Charlie Hoffman, some work coming back up the slope, working right to left and in. So a 2-putt par for Hoffman here at 13. He remains at 12 under.
Aaron Wise finishes strong. Birdie 16, birdie 17, and just knocked in a 12-footer for a par save with a fist pump at 18. That's a great finish. 5 under 67 for him in for the week for so far, 12 under par. So he's finished off a good round, got a couple of birdies late in those tough 3 finishing holes, and he's 2 shots back right now.
Yeah, he hit it such a good drive at 18, and then from the middle of the fairway, just fanned an iron shot out hole high to the right, barely got it over the bunker, and then hit it indifferent chip shot 12 feet past the hole, going back down the hill, but made the par. Lunch is going to taste pretty nice. In fact, this time of the evening, he's probably thinking about dinner by now, isn't he?
Yeah, a little bit. Maybe a little appetizer and then a late dinner, because he's going to have a later tea time tomorrow. I'm a little surprised, Dennis, as Cameron Davis lead at 14 unders held up outright so far.
Yeah, honestly, when he posted that number, I thought you were going to be pretty quick to come to me. You think that's going to lead at the end of the day? And I would have said no, and now I'm thinking it's probably a pretty good opportunity. He's going to at least get a share. We're going to have to see something pretty special from these guys coming down the stretch. Because the thing is, you can get to the number, but you got to finish. 16, 17, and 18 are 3 holes that, they're not easily gettable with birdies.
We're seeing some, though, late here. That Aaron Wise finish, and it's possible. And I think maybe with the wind softening like it has for 3 days, and there was very little, if any, wind to start with. I mean, you can't ask for a better hour or so to finish up here. There's opportunities for these guys coming in.
Yeah, the 17th hole is playing as easy as it's played all week. It's playing under par. I don't think it's played under par all week long, and it's playing 5 under par today. It's the 10th most difficult hole on the golf course. 16 still living right where we expected it to be today, the hardest hole on the golf course. And 18, is staying pretty close to where it was earlier in the day. The 6th most difficult, just clicked to the 5th, but still, it's right in that general range.
Which means that the opportunities are there for a guy like Keegan Bradley, Doug Bell. As bad as the front 9 was, he's still got a chance to get a piece of the lead back by the end of this 3rd round.
Oh, yeah. A lot of golf to play, Earl. And that eagle, really, he got a little pep in his step after that. That was a tough putt he had on the last hole from 17 feet, super fast, and he was very careful. But at 12 under, he's worked his way back, and now on the tee at the par 3 13th, 161 yards. And when you just look at it, it's a beautiful par 3 with all these tall pine trees behind the green. And it looks kind of like a benign, easy par 3, but this green is tricky. Keegan Bradley now with a swing and watches intently as this ball flies in the center of the green and then bounces forward, and that's a good shot just outside 15 feet for Keegan Bradley. Another chance to get to 13 under par.
Yeah, really good look. Hole high there at 13. It's not that easy a par 3, only at 161.
Out of the bunker on 15 now. Sergio Garcia from 50 feet. This green kind of runs away and goes right to left. That's a nice shot there, up and onto the green. Now rolling out. Excellent shot by Sergio Garcia. He'll have inside 4 feet for a birdie look for Sergio Garcia here on the drivable par 4 to get to minus 14.
It looked like such a simple bunker shot, but with the green going away, you really got to control not only your landing point, but how much you spin the ball. That is definitely a bunker shot that you couldn't hit the chunk and run and keep it on that back portion of the green. Let's go to Doug.
All right, DP, JT Poston watches his tee shot fly to the sky, and this is going to come up on the left front portion of the green, and that'll be a long birdie putt coming up for JT Poston. That's outside 40 feet. Chance to get to 14 under, but he's going to have to roll in a long one on a tough green.
Yeah, he reacted like he was trying to hit a little hold-off cut or at least a straight shot. He likes to draw it, and he flipped it just a little bit at the bottom and turned it over towards that left-hand side of the green. So not the best swing that he's made this week, but if you're going to make a bad swing and it's still on the green, then you're playing pretty good.
To Mark Carnevale.
At the par 5, 14th green, Christopher Ventura was right at the green in 2, pitched it to 9 feet. Now has 9 feet from short and right of the back left hole location. If anything, this putt will probably try to move to his left. This would take Ventura to 13 under par. The Oklahoma State Cowboy makes contact with the ball tracking up to the hole and doesn't drop. You know, that will be a disappointing par for Christopher Ventura here at the par 5 14th. He'll remain at 12 under.
Yeah, you got to take advantage of that par 5 and that final group there at 13. They're going to get the easiest and the second easiest hole back-to-back. And I know it hasn't been a great day for Keegan Bradley right now, but if he could play this next hour solidly, all that tough start that he had could be completely forgotten.
Well, he's a guy, you know, he's up to the challenge. He's not going to get too rattled. He's battled back before and trying to here in the back 9 card.
Up here at the par 5, 14th Earl, up at the green, Denny McCarthy made a bounce-back birdie after a 3-putt back at the 13th, so he's back to 11 under. Charlie Hoffman missed another fairway well right here at the 14th and has laid it up. He'll have inside 100 yards to this back left hole location. Hoffman playing the 14th at 12 under par.
Up at 15 now, Sergio Garcia will take another look here. One of 2 players with double-digit wins in this tournament, the other being Zach Johnson. Confers with his caddy Michael Kerr, and now Sergio will step in. And he's been rock solid, Dennis, rock solid here. He's got 3 feet 7 inches.
Yeah, the big thing is back here, it's so flat and as fast as the greens are, you always want to just kind of hedge your bet. Maybe even it might only be 2 blades of grass, but try to find a little something in there to really hone it so you're not just jamming it in the hole.
All right, putter set behind this one now. Once again, the routine. One look, close the eyes. They're closed. Putter back and through. Ball on the way. That's in the bottom of the cup. That's a nice birdie there from Sergio Garcia now at -6 on his round. -14 for the tournament. Wow.
And his eyes stayed a little quieter there. I didn't see that nose.
For his par. Again, these players, and he's a fine putter, JT Poston, but he has taken a lot of time with these, being very cautious. Putter behind the ball, the stroke sends it up, and into the bottom it goes. So JT Poston, a 2-putt par, and he stays at 13 under.
I think you could build a brick wall between JT's ball in the hole from 3 feet. He'd figure out a way to make it. He's such a good putter. He really does. The ball just comes out of the center of the putter every single time, and he's got complete belief in his reads, and I think that's really important. Even the putt that he missed that was short at number 10, it was a putt that he hit exactly where he wanted to. It just didn't go in.
And now Keegan Bradley again, Doug Bell.
Well, he makes you nervous because he is he's so fidgety. I mean, he is up and down and cocks that head and looks at it with one eye and looks like he's ready, then he backs off. I'm telling you, now he's behind it again, kneeling back behind it. Now he's back up and wipes off the face of the putter for the third time and now steps in. Just 3 feet of real estate to go, but he is working hard for this one. The stroke sends it up at the hole and into the bottom. So Keegan Bradley with a 2-putt from 15 feet, and he stays at 12 under.
The reason why he wipes the putter face off 3 times is because the first 2 times don't get all the debris off there, and there's nothing on there to start, actually, Earl. There's nothing. These greens are so perfect. There's no dew. There's nothing there. It's just part of his, pre-shot routine and his habits that he has when he touches the face walking in. It's kind of one of his trigger mechanisms.
Well, Dennis, we start the week. Sergio Garcia, one of the headliners, playing in Jackson for the first time, still looking for that next win, and we get late on a Saturday now. Sergio Garcia is a co-leader. He's got a great round going too. 6 under par now. 3 holes to play. See if he can navigate in that tougher 3-hole stretch to finish off. But Sergio Garcia, who's won 3 times in his tournament debuts in his career, has got a chance here now to maybe make it a 4th this weekend in Mississippi.
Yeah, he is. He's very good at figuring golf courses out throughout his career. He's not only won, but he's had a lot of high finishes too. But I don't know what it is about Sergio and playing this new golf courses. If it activates his brain a little bit more, he's got to think a little more, and it's not so straightforward. But he does have that tendency to play pretty well when he shows up to a golf course for the very first time.
T-ball on 16 for Sergio Garcia. 289 down the right portion of this fairway, just short of the fairway bunker. Great angle into a back middle left hole location here on hole number 16 as he looks for back-to-back birdies to get to 15 under par.
To Mark Carnevale.
At the par 5 14th. Uphill 20-footer for birdie for Charlie Hoffman. As he putts from the center of the green to this back left hole location. As the ball dies, it should turn to his right. Hoffman looking to get it to 13 under. Shadow now cast over his line. Put her back, ball away, working up towards the hole. Hold the finish. Oh. Well, Charlie made a bunch of putts yesterday over 150 feet, not making a lot today. He taps in for par. Hoffman remains at 12 under with a par here at 14.
Yeah, he's not. I think he's putted fairly well, though. Just the putts aren't going in, and that's really the difference in the bottom line. I mean, he's only made, but its proximity to the hole is 34 feet, so it's a little better than it was in yesterday's round. But he's made 72 feet worth of putts, so he's done okay. He's over 300 feet worth of putts through, and he's not even finished the third round. That's a good week on the greens.
2 tied for the lead late on a Saturday, and Sergio Garcia is still on the course, so Sergio's going to have a chance, 3 to play, to move in front. Right now it's Garcia and Cameron Davis at 14 under par as we continue coverage from the Country Club of Jackson this week and the Sanderson Farms Championship on PGA Tour Radio. Round of the Sanderson Farms Championship, Country Club of Jackson in Mississippi. Co-leaders Cameron Davis, who shot 63 today, and Sergio Garcia, who still has 3 holes to play. They're both 14 under. Sergio at the tough par 4 at 16. Chick Hernandez.
Here on 16 fairway now, out of the right portion, Sergio Garcia from 181 to a back middle left hole location. And Garcia with the shadows behind him now, trying to lean back towards his left. That one on the way. That's middle portion of the green. Sergio Garcia will have outside 30 feet for back-to-back birdies. The way he's been rolling that putter, he's got a good chance. Garcia right now rolling at minus 14.
Yeah, and I'm going to say that was one of the worst iron shots we've seen him play in quite a while, too. And it's on the middle of the green, 30 feet from the hole. That's more of a compliment than it is a dig at all for Sergio. And it'd be great to see him maybe try to roll one more in. It's going to be interesting. He's got that tough finish that we've got 16, 17, and 18 coming home.
Our PGA Tour radio announcers not only look cool in their Airflux polos, they are staying cool thanks to the innovative ventilation technology. PGA Tour apparel is an official licensee of the PGA Tour and available at Bells and Bells.com. That's BEALLS.com.
You're listening to exclusive coverage of the Sanderson Farms Championship from the Country Club of Jackson in Jackson, Mississippi. And as we do at the top and bottom of every hour in our live play-by-play coverage, time now for a leaderboard update presented by Titleist.
Once again, it's a leaderboard full of players trusting Titleist, with 75% of the field relying on the speed, precision, and consistency of the Pro V1 and Pro V1X. Titleist, the number one ball in golf. Two tied for the lead, Sergio Garcia and Cameron Davis. Sergio 6 under with 3 to go. Davis shot a career low 63, a 9 under par round. Those two at 14 under, one up on JT Poston, who has 5 holes to play, 1 shot back. Tied for 4th, Aaron Wise shoots 67 in at 12 under. Brant Snedeker 2 to play at minus 12. Christopher Ventura and Charlie Hoffman 12 under with 4 to go. And Keegan Bradley, who led by 2, struggled on the front 9, was 3 over at 1 point today. He's still over par, plus 1, minus 12, 2 shots back, with Tyler McCumber shooting 66 in a tie for 9th, minus 11. Denny McCarthy has 4 to go at 11 under as well. They sit 3 shots off the lead.
And there are some other players. Corey Connors finished the runner-up here a couple of years ago behind Cameron Champ, 3 under par through 17 holes, playing his final hole today, the 18th. He's 10 under par. Last year's winner, Sebastian Munoz, he's 1 under par, also playing the 18th hole. He is at minus 8. Zach Johnson shot a 4 under par, 68. He finishes at minus 7. Stuart Sink, right where he started the day, the winner just a few weeks ago in Napa at the Safeway Open. He is done for the day with a 72, and he's in at 6 under.
Corn Ferry Tour, the Savannah Golf Championship from the Deer Creek course at the Landings Club on the coast of Georgia. 3rd round complete. Evan Harmerling is your leader at 18 under par. He leads Kevin Doherty by 1 and 3 others by 2, including Sang Moon Bay.
And the LPGA Tour this week in New Jersey, north of Atlantic City. Round 3 completed. The ShopRite LPGA Classic presented by Acer Mel Reed sits atop the leaderboard 15 under par, with Jennifer Song, Jennifer Kupcho tied for 2nd, 14 under and 1 shot back.
Here at the 16th now, Sergio Garcia for a birdie from 25 feet. This one will go back up the hill and should leak to his left. Got a long backstroke. And once again, Dennis, he'll go with the eyes closed from any distance on the green. It's impressive.
Yeah, it will. And remember, there was that push away from the hazard there, the penalty area, so it could slow down a little bit. It's tough to get this one to the hole.
Should go back up the hill now. Putter back, ball on the way. This one headed towards the cup. That's got a chance, but that'll come up just short and just left of the hole. Good putt from Sergio Garcia. He remains at minus 14.
Yeah, I think if that had carrying speed to get 18 inches past the hole, it would have had a chance to go in. But it's really strange when you're putting towards a penalty area. You think that's a lower area, but the hole location up on this little kind of high spot in the middle left corner of the green just didn't quite hit it to hold that line.
Down to Doug Bell now.
Here at the par 5 14th, JT Poston forced a layup after driving in the fairway bunker. And here comes his 3rd shot from outside 145 yards, and that lands right up by the hole on the left side, hole high left, around 7 feet. Excellent shot. JT Poston, opportunity knocking to get to 14 under par.
Yeah, that's a really good play. He was right up against the lip, and I think he actually took on a little more than he needed to, trying to get it over that lip to get it to where he got it. That was really close to the lip.
17, Brant Snedeker stuck one inside 4 feet, 3 feet 4 inches, taking a couple of quick strokes for birdie to go 13 under. You know he's going to knock that one down, of course. Snedeker knocks it in, so another birdie for him, 4 in the back 9. He's to minus 13, 1 to play.
He's that guy when you say, God, that stroke's really quick. That's why he's making everything. And when he's not, you go, man, that stroke's really quick. That's why he's not making anything. We use the same terminology for Brett.
Run 66 for him yesterday, and now on the move again. 5 under on his round. So, a Saturday where things have just been tightening up really the entire day, Mark Carnival.
And Dorothy settles his feet. Looks at the line, draws the putter back, ball up to the cup and in. Back-to-back birdies now for McCarthy. He's 12 up.
And back one to Doug Bell.
So he will walk up and knock that into the bottom of the cup. So just a par for Keegan Bradley, and he stays at 12 under.
Yeah, the thing that I've seen at 17 is that for the most part, I think I've only seen 2 putts, maybe 3 all day that have been missed. Nope, just 2 putts all day that I've noticed that have been missed at number 7.
Par round, Doug Bell.
Well, JT Poston will have a really good opportunity here. It's got 14 feet, actually a little closer, more like 12 feet here at the 14th. And this will turn from his left to right.
Somebody get to 15 under par. Sergio's got a great opportunity, no question about that. JT Poston now with him at 14 under par. He's got the 15th hole. Just put the ball up near the green. And, you know, he's not the longest, but he flights it. He might be able to chase this ball on the green. I mean, he really might be able to. And he doesn't curve the ball much.
Let's head to 15 right now, Carney.
Out the 15th hole, Charlie Hoffman looking at a putt that's just outside 10 feet for birdie. Drove in the right greenside bunker, was kind of in the middle of it, played a bunker shot that landed well short of this back right hole location.
Down the Moan area, so that's a bit of an advantage for Snedeker. That was almost a tough up and down. He's probably going to put putter on it if he wants to from about 30 feet back edge for a closing birdie, DP.
Yeah, that is going to be a pretty decent opportunity. And now go back to 16. I think this is actually the kind of the signature hole of the property as we get a look at Christopher Ventura with a putt here from just outside 20 feet. Similar line that Sergio had. It will move slightly right to left. It slows down. This is carrying pace, and it carried pace, but it missed on the left-hand side. Now he's going to have a little bit of a quick putt in that 3-foot range to save his par, but he was trying to make it. He is currently 3 under for the day, 12 in total with a little bit of work left at 16.
And
17 green now, just outside 20 feet for Sergio Garcia. Looking for a birdie here, his 4th on the back 9. Eyes closed, putter releases, ball on the way. That's going to find the right edge of the cup and roll past. So a little pace problem there. And a little bit slower, that curls right in, but that goes right on the backside of the hole. He'll have a 2-footer coming back for par. Good opportunity missed there for Sergio Garcia. He remains at minus 14.
I like the stroke. It was an aggressive stroke. Sergio staying aggressive, not wishing it down there. He's got a little work left, as you mentioned, and he's going to take his time. He's actually been pretty rock solid on the short ones. He's missed a few of them in that 4 to 7 foot range, but inside 3
slope from the front all the way to the back right-hand corner where the hole is cut. It's downhill all the way. Again, JT feet close together, brings it in low, up over the bunker, now onto the green, and it's rolling out, catching the contour, and rolling out towards the hole, and this is a really good shot. Still rolling out, and finally comes to rest about 4.5 feet from the hole. That'll be for back-to-back birdies for JT Poston to go to 15 under par.
Yeah, Doug, I think that he was very fortunate to be short of the green, no matter what the lie was. The ball wants to chase back there. I mean, much tougher he got in the bunker.
18 off.
It looks so good, and it rolls out about 4.5 feet. So Keegan almost had his second eagle, but now we'll concentrate on a birdie to move him back to where he started the day at 13 under par.
When that ball was coming over the ridge, it looked like, if anything, with the pace that it was carrying, it was going to miss on the right-hand side, and it broke across the hole. Such a good effort for Keegan Bradley.
Now JT Poston to move in front, Doug.
Here at 15, JT Poston 5 feet away from birdie. To get to 15 under par, this will be back-to-back birdies. This putt does not do much. Putter behind the ball, birdie putt on the way, and it catches the right edge and goes down. JT Poston is our outright leader at 15 under par.
That one looked like it might lip out, and that hole got grabbed on the high edge there and set it down. That was really close to lipping out right there, but it's in the bottom.
Yeah, it stuck in, didn't it? And that's all that matters. Poston with the go-ahead birdie. Doug, back to you.
Yeah, JT's catching fire here late on a Saturday. Keegan Bradley has put the engine back on the tracks. Needs this to get back to even for the day in 13 under. He is 4.5 feet away. Putter behind the ball. The stroke sends it up to the hole, and that misses right. Oh, brother. Another short miss for Keegan Bradley. Puts his left hand over his face. Cannot believe it. He drove the green and 3-putted just to par. He stays at 12 under.
And he's walking off the green very dejected. That was not a very good stroke. That was kind of a daylight stroke, and he kind of took it back. Well, he took it back fast, and then he tried to de-excel to get the right speed, and the putter face opens up every single time you do that.
And that putt right there tells the story of his whole day, right? Can't make those putts. He didn't drive the ball well early, and it was a chance for him to get back to even par on the round, and he walks away with a disappointing par there, so stays +1 with 4 to go. He was 2 up to start his round. He's 3 back now with the guy alongside of him, JT Poston. 3 to play now, the leader outright, 15 under.
Think about it, Earl. I mean, he's missed 2 putts inside 4 feet. You know, we're not asking him to make a bunch of putts. If he just makes those short ones and cleans it up, he'd be 1 back and everything would be just fine. But it's amazing when you get these little 3.5, 4-foot putts, and he's just not stroking them very well.
Well, now Charlie Hoffman stepping in. It's 16 for him. It's been an okay day. 1 under, has not made a birdie on the back 9, 25 feet below the hole here, so Charlie can be aggressive if he wants to, trying to make his first birdie of the back 9. Right in the middle as he starts it out, and this bends left quickly, so never the right line. That comes up short, too. It's not really a good roll from 25 feet. It'll be inside 2 for an easy par. He'll put a mark on it, but that's going to be all pars in the back 9 for Charlie Hoffman to stay -1, 2 to play at 12 under.
Yeah, he's hit it a little better than that. And now we go back to the tee with JT Poston at 16. That looked like fairway metal, just trying to get the ball in the fairway. And if you're hitting 3-wood, then you're probably aiming at that right bunker, trying to take that out of play, and that's hit short and to the right, and that's in the rough, and that settles down.
Probably.
Not going to be troublesome possibly to get it to the green, but it's going to be tough to judge exactly how that ball is going to come out. So that's disappointing for JT, using 3-wood to put the ball in the fairway, and you miss the fairway there at 16.
Now the leader does miss there, and Sergio Garcia 1 back now at 14 under. He'll play into the 18th in 60 seconds.
Or get left behind.
18th fairway now for Sergio Garcia after a drive of 310, got 168 to a front left hole location, looking for 1 more birdie. He's played so well today. Clean card, 6 birdies. This one now on the way, staring high into the sky, asking for it to come left just a little bit. That ball on a good line. That is a great shot there from Sergio Garcia. Hole high of an inside 25 feet for a birdie opportunity for Sergio Garcia.
And he's got a smile on his face. I love it. Sergio's having fun on the golf course. It's just, and it's not like he's been sad. I think I use the term stern. You know, he's always looked kind of just not played in that major, and missed a 50-footer on the last hole. I remember that about as much as anything. A 50-footer that lipped out, and it went like an inch behind the hole. My caddy goes, "Oh, you just hit it too hard. I ended up missing the cut by a shot that week." So pretty interesting.
So, Dennis, he's kind of come full circle here. Remember, he closed his eyes to hit that shot. He's been closing his eyes putting this week. How about that? Life comes full circle there for Sergio.
It does. Was that an amazing shot that he hit? I mean, completely shut his eyes. One of the great shots, really, in major championship history when you look back at all of them.
Enough. It just skirts the right edge. Oh, he can't believe it. His eyes are closed again because he just doesn't want to look at it. Oh, Sergio Garcia with a tap-in par. El Nino muy bueno today, though. How about rounds of 68, 68, and now 66 for Sergio Garcia? He's at -14. He can't believe that putt. He'll go home, have dinner, and think about that all night long.
Yeah, I think he read it absolutely perfectly, and it was going right at the hole, but it broke right kind of up the hill at the very end. His reaction was awesome. Closed his eyes. It didn't keep him closed long enough, I guess. When he opened him, the ball was still staying up in the air, and he thought he'd made it.
You're listening to exclusive coverage of the Sanderson Farms Championship from the Country Club of Jackson in Jackson, Mississippi. And as we do at the top and bottom of every hour in our live play-by-play coverage, time now for a leaderboard update brought to you by MasterCard. Tap and go with your MasterCard, the simple, secure way to pay.
JT Poston, the leader, 15 under, 3 to play, and he's going to have to get up and down. It's not Denny McCarthy tied with Brant Snedeker at 13 under. Snedeker in with a 67 today. They sit 2 behind and then 3 shots back. Aaron Wise finished at 12 under with Christopher Ventura. Charlie Hoffman and Keegan Bradley still on the course, tied for 6, minus 12, 3 off the lead.
Corn Ferry Tour is on the Georgia coast in America's most haunted city this week as the path to the PGA Tour visits the Deer Creek course at the Landings Club for year 3.
Garcia, a brilliant Saturday for him. It's been a terrific week. First appearance at this tournament, shoots 66 after a couple of 68s. And this whole thing with